Hello guys and welcome back to the CPC quarterfinal playoff match against Matty Brolic. So I hope before you're watching this you all checked out my team builder that I uploaded yesterday. I decided to do a separate team builder because my team, I put quite some time in my prep, and I thought the best way to go up against Matty is not to outplay him, because I definitely think he's just a really solid battler, and also just he's a few years ahead of me. Just to say, I'm not the best battler too. I can just say that. But I think drafting, prepping, that's where my strength is in league format. So that's exactly what I did also for this match. I will go over my team really shortly. If you by any chance haven't checked it out, go check it out. But just a short recap: we've got a defensive Mech Gardevoir, Hype Voice, Toxic Wish Protect, Scarf Milotic, bulky Nidoking with Sugar Berry, Ice Beam Earth Power, and then dual hazards in Stealth Rocks and Toxic Spikes. Bulky defensive Infernape with Calm Mind, Slack Off, Grass Knot, and Flamethrower. Crobat with a lot of tech options, Yachi Berry, Natural Gift, Acrobatics, Quick Attack, and Roost. And lastly, Calm Mind Latios with Roost, Dragon Pulse, and Ice Beam. So you can see here the 6 mons he ended up bringing are the Jellicent, the Thunderous Eye, the Mega Medicham, Mawile, Weavile, and Donphan. So right off the bat, I saw no Entei, which really surprised me. I thought it would come, maybe bulky is like switching from my Gardevoir, or just straight up offensive. I don't have the best E-speed resist and such. But no, he didn't brought it. He brought the Mawile instead. So definitely it might be his first response to Gardevoir. Also, I didn't really take Mawile into account, but definitely my Gardevoir still, Milotic, Nidoking, and Infinite can all kind of beat it. Crobat and Latios are kind of walled by it, so I have to look out. Latios still does some damage because Mawile is just not really especially bulky. Then he brought indeed the Jellicent. I was kind of hoping he would bring an Ottomon like Whimsicott or something over it, but this means Milotic probably won't see the field until Jellicent is dead, or like almost dead, because otherwise it can't really touch Jellicent, and the set will be found out immediately, or I have to really surprise him, but I don't think I can do that without Jellicent gone. So right off the bat I thought, okay, let me just lead with Nidoking. Nidoking can is fast as Donphan, Mawile, and Jellicent, so on those 3 it can definitely set up hazard. The other 3 not that much. Thunderous I still can. I can still take anyone hit if it's not live or psychic. I think that I don't live, but other things I live. Medicham and Weavile I have kind of response for, so I can switch accordingly. And I just want to get up those Toxic Spikes, because as you can see, Mawile and Thunderous are the only real immunities. The other 4 are hurt by it, meaning Donphan has a harder time spinning. Jellicent, if it's on a timer, that's really nice, and that same goes for his offensive threats in Weavile and Medicham. I can kind of deal with it more easily if they get some chip every turn. So that's exactly what I do, and he decided to lead with the Mawile. So probably he also wanted to get up rocks, and Mawile leads quite decently against some of my team. So unfortunate for him, I lead with Nidoking, so he goes hard into his Donphan, as I just set up a layer of Toxic Spikes. And here I'm just, okay, what kind of Donphan is he? I can probably two-shot it with an Ice Beam, so that's exactly what I go for. As it only does 42%, so he is indeed the max per def AV variant, so that means no rocks on his Donphan for sure. But this also means I can two-shot him, and it might be coming down to him spamming Rapid Spin to get off the Toxic Spikes, or him switching out, or me switching out. You will just have to see. He goes for Earthquake, thinking I might be Sash, and he can bring me down to my Sash, and then he later on reveals that he also has Ice Shot. But no, I'm Sugar Berry, so I take the Earthquake. I just go for another Ice Beam, knowing that he's most likely just going to spin, as he indeed does. And here I'm thinking, okay, let me just get up my Toxic Spikes again, because I kind of want them up on the field, as I said, for the remainder of the match. Just put time on quite a lot of things. As he makes the nice switch into Weavile, knowing If I go for Ice Beam, Weevil can take Ice Beam quite nicely, and if I go for Toxic Spikes, he gets a free switch into Weevil. I think, okay, let me just scout out here, just go safely into Infinite. He just goes for knockoff, reveals to me that he is Life-Orb, but he also is Adamant, and this is a really nice prep by him, because I thought he would not run Adamant because he would not outspeed my base 110s, but keep in mind, I probably also speed creep with my base 10s hit his mons, and that is base 100, so he still outspeeds speed creeping base 110s of me, and if I had like Latios with HP Fire, he would still speed dive me because of the adamant nature, and also Ice just does a lot of damage against it, so it's also kind of safe for him. I didn't really consider it that much, but here it's kind of unfortunate because I can take an adamant knockoff into an adamant aerial ace, but he will most likely fear Vacuum Wave or Flamethrower and switch out. But I'm thinking, okay, he might, I don't really know what he is going to switch in. He might just switch in his Dolphin, kind of sacking it. I don't really, or he might just stay in, but most likely not. I thought, okay, let me fire off kind of safe Flamethrower. If it goes Jellicent, then that's it. But if it goes something else, it does some nice damage. He indeed just goes into his Jellicent. I go for the Flamethrower, I get a critical hit, and I only do 17%. Yeah, as you will see, this doesn't really matter. It would have done like, he would have been like at 80-ish%. You will see later on, this is kind of a recurring theme. I here think, okay, he might just go for a safe Scald, but yeah, a Toxic is also kind of free for him, but so I decided, okay, what do I want to switch in? Like Crobat can't really touch it. And the same goes for like Nidoking. If he is more, he looks to be max HP for definitely, but from this damage I couldn't really tell if he was Ptevo or not. I first thought maybe he was due to how he took this Flamethrower, but yeah, later on you will see what kind of set he was. So I just go into Latios knowing I can kind of 1v1 this. He just throws off a Toxic, nice play by him. Here I'm thinking, okay, I can't really touch the Mawile. Mawile is also kind of really a kind of safe-ish switch in for him. So I thought, okay, let me make a double into Nidoking. Also, I don't really need Nidoking that much, so if he goes for like a Scald and kills my Nidoking, that's it. Doesn't really matter. And yeah, I just don't want that Mawile to get a free switch in, and also Nidoking is kind of expandable. So I make it. Switch the double into Nidoking as he goes into his Donphan, kinda thinking the same thing as me. If I double, he just sacks his he gets in his Donphan and probably sacks it, and otherwise if I just stay in, go for an attack, he sacks his Donphan. So here I just go for the attack because I don't want him to rapid spin, and he also knows that I know that he is most likely not going to rapid spin because that's so obvious, and that I'm just going to attack. So he goes for Ice Shot. As he calls that correctly, he gets a bit more damage off on Nidoking as I finish him off. Here I thought, should I just stay in with Nidoking, but I thought it could be nice just to keep this Nidoking as a sack, and also it still outspeeds Mawile and Jellicent. So if Jellicent is low, I can kind of revenge it. Mawile, I can still get a nice hit off on it, maybe even KO it. So I just go into Infinite again, knowing that he still most likely goes for knockoff because that hits like most of my team. And this Infinite can take this knockoff quite well. And here I'm thinking, yeah, he still fears the Mach Punch or the Vacuum Wave. And last time I predicted the switch, and he will just switch out or he will stay in. So I think in here I went for a Slack Off on the off chance he did switch out, which could have been his play for most definitely. But he took his chances and went just for the low kick to finish me off, as yeah, that indeed kills me, and I indeed didn't have the Vacuum Wave or the Mach Punch. That was a good call of him, but this Weevil is now at only 50%, so it doesn't have many hits on it left, and that's really nice for me. Here I go for Crobat because it's like my best revenge for it, because I don't want other mons to take a hit, and it's too early for Malatic to come in, and I have the Yachi Berry for the Ice Shot. And here I thought, okay, Weavile is kinda low, and if you look at my team, Nidoking is pretty much dead. Milotic and Gardevoir kinda can take a hit from Weavile and kill it. And Crobat also, same story. And Latios not that much. But I thought there could be, it could be that he just wants to get, that he just stays in with Weavile, trying to get me on an over prediction or something. Or he might just make kind of a safe switch out into like Mawile. He could come in. Thundurus could also come in. But I just went for the safe acrobatics on the off chance he did stay in. This was definitely not my best play, but I didn't have U-turn. If I had U-turn, I would most likely click U-turn here because it would give me initiative and it would still either KO Weavile or just put it in live or plus poison range. But yeah, I don't have it, and to make a double I thought it was too risky. If he called that, I would pretty much lose another Mon, and it would be really scary to be forced out into Crobat again, so I make the safe play. He goes Jellicent, he gets critted again. Still, it doesn't do much damage because I still have an item with acrobatics on it, but it does force him to roost. And yeah, he's just a little bit lower than he would have been. I just go into Gardevoir thinking, okay, from this range, after some poison damage, he is at 74%. So he would have been around 80 to 90%, but definitely 2 hype voices might kill, depending on what kind of Jellicent it is, which now looks to be like a max HP variant, some defense investment, and I thought, okay, maybe this is like the speedy taunt Jellicent again, something like that. So 2 hype voices are looking to KO him. Even if he tries to recover, I can get a crit, and just I thought, let me say fire off some hype voices here. It's kind of free. He goes out into his Mawile. It's Pedef, but these are uninvested hype voices, and they still 3-shot the Mawile, so that's really nice. I'm defensive, so I know even if he just goes for an Iron Hand, I can still take it quite easily. And yeah, he just gets up his rocks because for him that's really important, and that is indeed really important because he called it correctly. I didn't bring Hazard Removal, so Crobat gets 25% off, and the rest just I'll take 12%, so that's really nice for him. As I KO this Mawile, which is really nice for me, and Gardevoir is still at full, meaning he kinda has to pick a sack right now, because nothing can one-shot my Gardevoir. And he chooses Mega Jam. Also he scouts if I have indeed Protect, as I indeed do. He just goes for the Fake Out, I can block it. I know I can take even a Poison Jab, which is not likely he has, but he goes for the Bullet Punch, and I can kill him. And this was really unfortunate for him, because at this time I thought, okay, he got like a mid-roll, that's okay-ish, okay. But he turned out to be an adamant Medicham, because the dual priority just hurt my team so much, and he didn't, yeah, he thought, okay, why risk speed tie when I have like the priority as main offensive momentum against the faster things, and I can still hit the bulky things with my other coverage. So I KO the Mega Man Jam, which is really nice, but I'm at 56%, and that's just above KO range from his Thundurus. He told me afterwards. I didn't know this at that point, so he can't come in with Thundurus and try to revenge me from there. He has to now go out into Weavile and let that take some more poison damage and such, and Thundurus this wouldn't have been the case. I would have just sacked Nidoking to the Thundurus and then go from there, but yeah, it was definitely unfortunate for him, because it made the match for him a bit harder. Here I just go for the Protect, knowing I get some more poison damage off on him, as I indeed do. Here I'm thinking, okay, let me just sack Nidoking, then he would have just one hit left into him, but unfortunate for him, he misses the Ice Cold Crash, meaning that now, next turn, he kills me with an Ice Shot, but he dies to Live Up and poison damage. Otherwise, he would have been at 10%. I would have gone into Crobat and most likely clicked Quick Attack. Yeah, or just yeah. I would have gone Crobat to revenge him, but he could have switched out and kept the Weavile for later on, because it could still go Gardevoir from the range it was at, but Gardevoir could protect. Milotic was faster, Crobat could kill it, only like Latios would have been the mon on my team that it could still hurt really hard. But definitely unfortunate for him. So now he goes Thunderous as I go Latios. And I'm thinking, okay, this Thunderous is like the main threat. Weevil and Jellicent is just an annoyance for my team, for the monster I've left in the back. Definitely need Gardevoir or Latios for that. So here I'm thinking, okay, this Thunderous most likely can't KO me from full. So let me get off damage on Thunderous that I need to put him in KO range for mainly Crobat. At this point in time, even Milotic, but Milotic doesn't really want to come in because the Jellicent is still there. So I go for the Dragon Pulse because I know that puts him in range. He goes into his Jellicent. Here, now I know for sure that he is not Spadef. And I also know that after one Calm Mind, even after, you will just see. I go for Calm Mind. And I know that after a recover and then some lefties, but then the poison damage, he's at 84%. And I think because he loses every turn, he loses 6% due to the poison. And that means he would be, I would have to kill him with 2 Dragon Pulses from 78%. And I think that my Dragon Pulse at +1 definitely will kill him and will 2-shot him. But I don't know for sure. But I get a critical hit, so I get lucky. Again, this Jellicent just gets crit all the time. But yeah, now for sure 2 Dragon Pulses kill it. I think otherwise it still did, but I don't know for sure. So I finish off his Jellicent, but Latios almost goes down to the Toxic. And now he can just come in with his Thunderous and kill the Latios. He reveals to have knockoff, despite Colbert still kills me. That's fine. And here, for me, I'm thinking, okay, this Thunderous is still a big threat. If you look at the remainder of my team, Crobat, Thunderbolt kills it. My Gardevoir, he most likely has the Sludge Wave. If not, I could maybe live, I could probably live Thunderbolt. But it depends a bit on his item. If he's Saplate, I could not. But he's most likely a Sludge Wave. And then Milotic. Milotic also depends. If he's Saplate, can't live. But if he's like a Berry, which I kind of expect, at this point, he could, I can live. So here I'm thinking, okay, he could be Agility 3 attacks. I could see that happening. And I thought that 2 Ice Beams from Milotic wouldn't kill if he had a Yache Berry. So I thought if he has Agility, he could win if I go Milotic. Also, my Gardevoir was never the play because my Gardevoir just gets killed, does nothing. So it's Crobat or Milotic. So yeah. In hindsight, I should have just went Milotic, I think, because 2 Ice Beams did kill, even with a Yache Berry. But if he had a lot of bulk, it didn't, and I could have lost the game then. So what I decided to do was go out into Crobat. You will see, I go Crobat, and thinking, okay, get off the natural gift damage. If he is indeed Yache Berry, this natural gift will put him into Ice Beam KO range. And if he just kills me, I can come in with Milotic and clean up. If he indeed sets up the Agility on my natural gift, he is in Ice Beam range and I can still live a hit with Milotic and kill him afterwards with the Ice Beam. And if he's a dual dance variant for some reason with knockoff Thunderbolt, you will just see what then would have, you will just see. So he goes for Thunder Wave, I go for Natural Gift, I get quite a nice roll in my favor, and I do around 70%, so I know a Milotic can come in and kill this, but he has the Thunder Wave, meaning I can always get paralyzed, and that's exactly what he banked on. He had some hacks against him. It was not the biggest deal, but it was still hacks, and if I got paralyzed here, he had a nice chance to win, because then he probably would paralyze my Milotic. Yeah, it would have depended what he would have done against Milotic, because I would have gone Milotic and 2 Ice Beams kills him, but he could go knockoff into Thunderbolt and that kills me and I don't outspeed because I lose my Scarf. Or he went for Thunder Wave against a Milotic, and yeah, then I could kill him with 2 Ice Beams. So all in all, luckily I connect here that's just what I want to say. This was like a crucial turn for me to not get fully paralyzed, and I connect. And here he just finishes me off with Thunderbolt. No big deal. He reveals the leftover, so I now know his item. I know I can still kill it with an Ice Beam, and that's exactly what I do. He tries to paralyze me, just get the paralysis. That's his only chance of winning, is me getting fully paralyzed a couple times in a row. So that's definitely in his best interest to go for. But I just break through and kill him with an Ice Beam. And that means we win 2-0, guys. So we now are in the semi-finals of the CPC and we beat Matty Brolic. And I'm really, really happy about it. I think matchup, it was pretty even. He had definitely big threats for my team. I definitely had some big threats for his team, especially my Gardevoir. He had like the Thunderous that was main threat for me. And then the other ones. But all in all, we advanced to the semis. That's really great. And in the semi-finals, if you don't want to get spoiled, just click the video away. But in the semis, we are facing Aberfoyd. He won against Dylan, against Gypsy King. And we're now playing Aberfoyd for the 3rd time this season, and it's the tiebreaker. I've won the first match. He won the second match, which was quite hexy, and I hope we have a clean game this time around. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. There will be a break week for the CPC this upcoming week, because we are just all busy guys, and we all also have other leagues. So we decided to have a week break and then come back with the semi-finals. Then the last point I want to point out in this match, that was here. What if he was indeed the dual dance? Some people thought I would have lost then, and that the best play maybe was indeed Milotic then, because I was carved. But what would have happened? This would still happen, not the paralyze, but the damage. So this roll was around 61 to like 70ish%. So say I got the 65%, then he would have gone for like first agility, then he went for the nasty plot. Then I would go. He gets some lefties back, as you can see. He's just outside of acrobatics range, most likely now. Acrobatics does like 30ish, 33 to like 40ish%, and now I got a high roll. So with 2 high rolls I killed, but two normal rolls, he would probably live on like 2%, get some lefties back again. So most likely he would be around the 10 to 15% range, and he would have had the dual dance up. But as you have watched my prep, I had quick attack on this Crobat, and that did 15 to 20ish%. So even if he was dual dance, Crobat would have still killed the Thunderous and won me the game. So that's the last thing I wanted to say about this match. Really a great game to Matty. He definitely played to his best, I think. It was just my prep was just a bit better, I think. That's not every time I can say that, because Matty is a really solid battler, but also a really solid builder, and I'm really happy I had my edge in the building process and came out on top. Yeah, I will see you guys in 2 weeks at the semi. So bye.